Hello everyone, this is Peter. Today we're going to do a bit of an experiment with a camera mounted on the front of my wife's e-bike, and we're going to do a trip from the shopping centre at Macquarie Fields through this park that we're currently going through, down past Glenfield Station, where we'll catch the lift to the other side of the rail line over to Casula. It's a bright sunny day, so for all the biking enthusiasts out there, nice cool breeze as well. This is the park that heads down to Glenfield Station. It is maintained by the local Campbelltown Council. It's a combined bicycle path and a pedestrian parkway. Passes by a canal a little further along here. And there's also lots of bird life in this area because the availability of water, and there's plenty of bushland still available. One of the things about mounting the camera on the front of the bike was that we got this vibration, which you can see in the image. Something that I have to overcome. Possibly a helmet mounting will be better, and it will possibly keep the camera pointed in one direction a little better. But it's not too bad for the moment. As I said, it's something that we'll improve on over time. The other thing, of course, when you're recording on a bike as such, there will be wind noise on the microphone. So for this video, we didn't attempt to mute the wind noise. Instead, we will possibly cut out most of the soundtrack from this video and use this overlay. Just heading up to Railway Parade, which runs along the railway line from Glenfield down to Macquarie Fields. As I say, this is mounted on my wife's e-bike. She's having no trouble keeping up with me. One thing about e-bikes is that they are fairly easy to ride. You don't need to use a great deal of effort. 250 watt motor just keep you going along quite easily without too much effort. All you've got to do is keep the pedals turning. That's me up ahead, just about to come to a group of council workers who will block the path. I just go around this machine that they have on the pathway. Yeah, I don't have the benefit of a electric assist, and completely relying on the energy that I can produce within my own body. One of the things we should always do is, when travelling along paths and such, is to give pedestrians the right of way. The road, unfortunately, is too narrow here to ride on the road, and there's a wall on the other side, so there's no room for cars and bikes to pass. Although it may be illegal to ride on the footpath, there really is no other alternative in this case than to ride on the footpath. One of the things that you'll see in this video is the great capability of bicycle ways and the great potential for them for the future. I think that council should be now investing more money in building cycleways, giving people quick and direct access to public transport nodes. see Casula Station in the distance. What we'll do when we get to Casula Station is to take the lift to cross to the other side of the rail line. It's the main rail line to Campbelltown and out to Leppington. The reason we don't travel on the road to the other side is that there are several roundabouts and quite a deal of traffic, where it is also quite narrow and quite scary, I guess, to ride for such a long distance on a road where cars will give you no quarter. So we'll just go up here and we'll wait to cross to the other side of the road.
Shit.
Now safe to cross the road, and we'll just zoom across. And hop in the lift. Downtown Glenfield.
Level.
Okay, so we've made our way across via two lifts, one up and one down on the opposite side, and we'll continue our journey now towards Casula. This is a new upgrade of the station. It was only completed a couple of years ago. Put in fantastic interchange and lifts. Also a quite a large car park. Well, as you can see on your right, there are bike parking facilities. So you have the steel bike boxes there as well. It's quite a good staging point for people who want to ride to the station drop their bikes off and use it as a commute stop. Here are more bicycle lockers up here on your right. And of course they've provided a bicycle way at the back of the footpath to allow people to make their way all the way to the station. Unfortunately this path probably doesn't go far enough, and some of it is unpaved. Is coming up to the unpaved area, which is going to be quite rough and bumpy, as you'll see by the video. If I could only afford a decent gimbal, then we could get rid of all this motion in the video, but they come quite expensive these days to be able to eliminate the vibration and damp down the scene around you. Anyway, shortly back up onto the relative smoothness of the cement bicycle way. This is a combined pedestrian and bicycle way, and pedestrians should always be given right of way if you're riding a bicycle on a combined pedestrian bicycle way. Best not to go too fast around some of these corners in case there's a pedestrian or a bicycle coming the other way. There's no chance you could stop. You have very limited vision around some of those corners. So we'll run parallel now to the railway line towards Liverpool, and we're going to go about halfway to the railway station of Casula. Here my partner's trying to play catch up by giving the bike a little bit of juice so that she can catch up to me. One of the great things about being able to ride on these cycleways is you don't have to worry about traffic lights. Unfortunately, the cycleway ends very abruptly, far short of where it should, and you've got to make your way onto the roadway, facing oncoming traffic. You just need to be a little bit careful and stay as far as you can to the right, and where possible, where it really narrows down, you need to get right off the road. You can see where I'm riding up ahead. I'm actually riding in the dirt. Of course, there's nothing coming, so the wife on the e-bike here, she's just gunned the bike and made it up to the smooth tar area there, at the entrance to the little parkway. Only recently, with the making of the Casula estate, did they turn part of this into a parkway. So this is Throsby Park at the southern end of the suburb of Casula. As they built the estate and some sort of middle class prestige homes, one of the big incentives was to put in these parkways, which possibly pushed the price of and the value of some of the housing and land in that area upwards. But it's a very nice addition to a suburb to have such open spaces. Let's hope it stays that way. Anyway, we're off down through the parkway now. Quite easy going through here. Just here we'll take the right fork and continue on over the bridge to Casula. One thing you can hear all the way along here is the sounds of birds and bird song. Everything from small wrens to bellbirds and crows, all types of birds, crickets. You probably see the occasional butterfly, dragonfly. It's quite a lush area. Quite a lot of leaf litter from the she oaks on the path. You need to be a little careful and keep your bike straight. Just down here a bit we see a man playing in the water. It's quite spooky. Why do you want to play in this polluted water here? It sort of freaked Barbara out a little because so what is this guy doing with a bag down here, either placing something under the water or even putting your hand in such toxic water. It's not something I'd like to do. You see it's quite lush subtropical forest through here. Now being maintained by New South Wales National Parks. There we go again. quite warm out in the open areas, and nice and shady and cool in amongst the shrubbery. Just let Barbara go ahead a little in case you see some wildlife ahead and captures them on the video. I was able to see a wild bronze-winged pigeon on the path a week or so ago. Now that'd be fairly rare for a place that's close to the city. I mean, they're fairly timid birds, the wild bronze-winged pigeons, but there's enough cover and enough food apparently to attract them to this bushland. Usually wherever you get bellbirds, you can also get wonga pigeons and other wild birds that subtropical rainforest birds. As you can see, it's quite moist and thick vegetation. Just have to watch yourself on some of these areas where there's been recent flooding and there's quite a bit of dirt being washed onto the path, and it becomes loose over time, and it wouldn't take much to have a spill on the dirt that's been washed onto the path. There would be many people that wouldn't know about some of these small parks around Sydney. I guess to have a small amount of bush so close to the city centre in a big city like Sydney is probably pretty rare. It's quite a steep hill down and across the bridge, back up the other side. And the climb out of the little creek. You can only imagine what the native bushland around Sydney really looked like before white men started clearing it all and urbanising the whole area. There would have been quite a lot of wildlife and also plenty of food for the native inhabitants of the area around Sydney. Each area of Sydney does have its own different land councils, and a lot of those originated from the original Aboriginal groups that inhabited areas. Unfortunately, most of that's gone now, and You know, can only wonder what it would have been like. Getting close to the end of the ride now. We're just getting close to Casula Station, which you'll see in the distance. There's the bridge over the railway line there at Casula Station. We're just going to pull up short of the car park, have a rest, and then we'll ride back. Fairly relaxing. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll catch you next time. Thank you.